I had an energy drink a couple hours ago, and then I got on a call with my best friends, and then by the time the call was over, it wore off. So now I'm just like running on like fucking, what's the phrase? Steam? Fruit fumes? I don't know.
And so you think
Did
Old
pretty
Man
well.
Consequences is Edwin?
I think it's definitely a possibility.
I'm on the same wavelength as you right now, Evan.
Yeah, with I remember I watched Gibby's video on it, and he talked about how like he doesn't think there's enough evidence to solidly conclude that he is, just because like in Ruin.
But yeah, no, there's nothing that like outright can confirm it.
Like he's talking.
Like, yeah.
You know how in Ruin we had mixes, and people were theorizing about who Mixes is for so long, and then Secret of the Mimic comes out, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's a character that you didn't know existed, by the way. So it's like we didn't have that knowledge available to us to have solved it at the time. So it could be the same for Old Man Consequences. We don't know for sure. But like,
I mean, that's also, I mean, I think that's happened before in this series.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, like, for example, I think that, and you probably would disagree with this, but I do believe that the bite victim is the cake receiver. So I think, like, when FNaF 3 came out, so if the bite victim is the cake receiver, then the bite victim, like, you have, like, the only available evidence is that you would think it's Cassidy, because that's the only one who could possibly be Golden Freddy. But then no, actually, there's a different spirit. So that is the receiver. So and it's like I don't know if Golden Duo. I mean, it's interesting because I don't know if Golden Duo originally existed as like a really popular theory, but I think the fact it gained so much popularity that it became so unbelievably like well known that like people started taking it as a fact, and then like it kind of just went from there. I mean, there's nothing that can definitively conclude it, but I think that Golden Duo is really, really famous to the point where like Scott's like, oh, okay, why not?
I feel like it's like died down in terms of conversation. Like I feel like a lot of people believe it, but nobody cares anymore.
That's kind of neat.
I think people mostly focus on the Cassidy part of Golden Duo. Like people think more about like Cassidy as a character, and the bite victim. We think about the bite victim as a character, but we don't really think of him as Golden Freddy, even for the people that do think he is.
That exactly. There's also also like bite victim is not as relevant as Cassidy, really. At least for the remaining like
in certain
amounts of the story.
That's the thing I've always been like. This is that he's not really as relevant as Cassidy. I'm like, how much relevance does Cassidy really have, if we're being honest here?
Considering I still believe Andrew exists, to be fair, even though I don't believe Stitchline anymore.
Oh, right.
And, like, I've made my own whole video on it. Hi, Libra. And I know a lot of people disagreed with it. Like, there was actually... Hold on, how many dislikes were on that video? 24.
Out of how many? Wait, how many likes?
295. So
that's really bad. That's 90%.
Yeah,
like, for a channel with that many fans on it, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
like,
it was...
And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as, like, that's pretty, like... controversial.
Yeah. A lot of people did not like the fact that I believed it. I think a big problem people have with Andrew is just the fact that people think he makes Cassidy useless, which I don't think that is the case, but like I can see why people think that, I don't think it's that Cassidy doesn't have a role if she's not Ultimate Custom Night. I think she just has a different role than people interpret it as,
So it's two things. It's either one, they think it makes Cassidy useless, or two, they aren't open to the possibility of anyone other than Golden Freddy being the one you should not have killed.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I mean, and I believe the one you should not have killed is Cassidy, but like, if you believe Andrew still exists, then I mean it's fair to see him as the vengeful spirit. Like, I'm not opposed to that.
I think even if you believe that Andrew doesn't exist, it's still 100% perfectly reasonable to think that he does.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, hello, Krakoa.
Hello.
Yeah. Wow, everyone's joining. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Libra, are you here?
I don't know. I was talking with him 2 days ago.
Like he's in the call, and I saw him like trying to speak, and then he it was like kind of muffled, and then he vanished.
He just does that sometimes. It's his thing.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's really interesting, to see the evolution of certain theories that are really old, because there are some theories that like used to be like ultimately controversial that people are like, I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm gonna be so real.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you just
to be fair,
all you have to do is just wear them down over time.
Yeah, you're like, oh my goodness, you know what? I don't even like. It's like this is so dumb. Like this is such a dumb theory that I don't even like care anymore. Basically,
yeah,
that's so
like,
real.
I haven't heard anybody talk about Mike Victim in like 2 years.
Mike Victim? Oh, well, it's dead.
It is, yeah, but
So,
like
that's
I
why.
Do people still believe that?
I think some. I wonder if Starlight still does.
If you do, I don't respect you. At least, okay, wait. That's
kind of rude.
That's kind of harsh.
Yeah, that's kind of mean.
What I mean by that is, if you believe in it, I don't value your opinions when it comes to FNaF theorizing.
I don't know to say I don't respect you.
I mean, like, if you believe that, then you're just as bad as like a mic trapper. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, it's been dead for years, but people still believed
well,
it. But over the past 2 years, I just haven't seen anybody even talk about it.
Yeah,
I think it was because of the FNaF movie. I think
the more a theory dies, the less people talk about it.
I think up until the FNaF movie, a lot of people still did believe it, and then after the FNaF movie, I just stopped hearing people talk about it. Okay, so I guess that probably
did the FNaF movie really debunk it, knowing what we know now?
I would say it definitely implied it to be wrong.
Here's what's what's interesting about that is it actually consists of something interesting that I talked about with Libra the other day, and like I actually have been putting more weight to this. The idea that Mike Schmidt is actually Henry's child.
I think regardless of that, he's still meant to be. I think even if that is like the case in the movies, like he's still meant to be the Michael Afton equivalent, considering he still has like the same arrangement of family.
He still has a part of the Mike Afton story.
The fact that he was supposed to be looking after his brother
has a similar like role in Mike's character that the bite victim has in game mics and stuff. So it would be very strange, even with the potential of
like even if he's not an Afton, like he still was looking after his brother. He was still looking after his brother, and then his brother died. So he blames himself for it and has nightmares about it, basically.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? If he's not an Afton, which the evidence seems to be piling against him at the moment, there's clearly a reason. I mean, there's multiple things I think that hint at that, but I mean, like, we would agree that William in the movies has some relation to Mike and his family, no matter what. Which is weird. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's weird if he's not his son, especially like kidnapping his child. And the reason why I started thinking about
that doesn't mean he's the bite victim.
Why? I didn't say that. What? Like, who did I say? I didn't say that Mike's the bite victim. What?
This whole conversation started because Evan was like, well, the movie pretty much debunked that, and you were like, did it really though?
The reason why I think so. I mean, the reason why I think so is because if Mike is a Henry's child, then so is Garrett. Which if Garrett, well, I mean, actually, that's not even true. Never mind, that's not even true. Hold on. Okay, even if that's not even true, I mean, I see what you guys are getting at. I don't know if it would debunk it necessarily. Because I think there is some level of deniability to the idea that Garrett actually is a one-for-one bite victim equivalent, considering
not one for one, but I think more so the importance is more so what Mike's role is than what Garrett's role is.
Yeah.
And it's.
When it comes
I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting because I think that what the movie is sort of setting up is almost as if there's like two different kind of universes sort of Michael, assuming that Michael is like, it's like you have the Michael Afton who turns evil if Garrett had not or if the younger brother had not died. Like, that's the potential that it's showing in the movie, and then you're also just displaying the Mike that actually was good, just like he was in the games, because of the death of his brother. That's the thing. If Bite Victim did not die,
that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Right, because
it is showing us what the movie's like. What if the Bite Victim didn't die and Mike didn't get that lesson of don't be a piece of shit?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because Mike, clearly being William's child, has a tendency towards evil. If there is a child that is an Afton child who does not have a traumatic experience to them, or you know, is just, I guess, like, there's no reason for them to be good, then clearly they're going to be evil, as we see with Elizabeth.
This sounds like the Superman movie.
If they don't have some sort of humbling
Hey, Elizabeth
moment,
does have trauma. with
Exactly,
them,
yes. And I think one of the reasons why Bite Victim was so scared is, I mean, is not just because of his brother. I think also because his whole family is kind of crazy.
A little bit.
I have a confession.
What's up?
Big Top might be my favorite music, man.
I don't like Big Top.
I really want to make a short where my poem ends in "Tickets, please."
Tickets,
But-
please.
Which is the best line in all of FNaF.
Tickets. Please.
So,
Still a hint.
but
I feel like Big
I-
Top
In
and
all
Rockstar
of
Freddy would
the
get
apps,
along.
that's the
in
best.
all of FNAF, yes, it's better than That Was a Fountain. It's better than I
That
Will
Is
Put
a
You Back
Fountain.
Together. Nothing is better than Tickets. It's better than Please
better than
Deposit
I Am
5 coins.
Yeah,
It's better.
I think Freddy
it's
and
better
Big Top
than-
would be good friends. Rockstar Freddy and Big Top. They would be,
I
they would be
agree,
the best
yeah.
friends. The best of
No,
friends.
they would absolutely. No, it's better than. It's better than Please Take This Map. It's better than everything.
It's
Tickets,
better than
please.
League
Tickets,
of
please.
Legends.
The best. It's the best freaking voice line in all of FNAF ever. And so therefore
Please.
that's the reason why I like Big Top, but also he has the best theme song ever. Like okay, I understand. Yeah. I understand that Way Off the Wagon. I understand. Yes, that's it.
Whenever I hear that, I think of We Don't Talk About Bruno a little bit.
No, but like, I don't know why I love Way Off the Wagon so much. Like, Way Off the Wagon is like, I wouldn't say it's better than Shapeshifter's Wrath, but it's close. I love Way Off the Wagon so much.
I would say his theme music is the only part of his section of the game that I actually enjoyed.
I mean, I like the Carnival games.
I thought the games were fine. I didn't.
They were kind of mid, but they were fun.
They were fine. I didn't like
That-
the going
I mean-
back to the boiler thing over and over again. That was annoying.
I mean, it doesn't matter because that section, the great thing about that section is there's Tickets, please. So therefore, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm
not.
sorry, I love Tickets, please.
What's so
much.
enticing about Tickets, please?
It's the way he says it that just tickles my brain. I don't know.
Tickets, please.
Tickets, please.
Tickets, please. It's so good.
I feel like
Did you know that?
I
And,
feel like
and
my
also, there's a
impression was very
reference.
accurate there.
It actually was pretty good.
Tickets,
Probably because you have a better
Tickets,
voice for it,
please.
but that was really good, actually. Yeah. No, it's also because they referenced it in Gumball. I don't know if you saw that.
In what?
Tickets, please. They have Darwin who says his like voice is crazy, and then he says tickets, please, just like Big Top. So
like in the same
they
voice,
reference,
kind of.
yes, like almost identical. It was actually crazy. But no, I don't know why I love tickets, please.
How
so
fast did
much.
they make that
So
show? They
therefore,
could make that reference that fast. They
they
probably just like shoehorned it in there for like an extra like 2 seconds of animation.
exactly. It's not that hard to animate Darwin saying tickets, please.
Yeah, they probably had already finished the episode and they were about to release it and they were like, oh shit, we gotta make a FNaF reference. The new game came out.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, right? DJ Music Man, like, he's awesome, but like I re-listened to his theme for this chase, and like it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not that like it's not that fun to listen. Like, at least, like, I put Yes, exactly. I think in terms of design, I like DJ Music Man more, but I think in terms of just like everything, like I just love Big Top more. Like his chase, oh my goodness, like his like reveal as he's off the wagon, I guess if you could say, in the chase. When he starts out the chase is so crazy cool.
I think someone said it says that we went from like animatronics from in a pizzeria to a giant robot jumping down like an Elden Ring boss.
Dude, this shit was
Yes,
so funny.
exactly. It's just so accurate. That's so accurate.
I think
Like, why does
because-
Big Top try to kill you?
I think when the
'Cause he's
lights are
not-
off, he's like a security device.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, he's not taken over by the Mimic yet.
Yeah.
Also, what is the Mimic even doing? Is he in like a driver's seat, like operating it? Like, I don't even understand.
I think it's
So-
like what's the guy's name in Bendy who lives inside the fucking carnival machine?
Bertram?
Bertram, yeah.
Bertram.
Piedmont, yeah.
Well, no,
Is
it can't
Piedmont?
be because Bertram is in the middle, whereas we see with Big Top, there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe
It's just a bunch of little arms.
Maybe he finds his way in. I mean, he expands and contracts. Maybe he squeezes in there somehow.
Steelbolt did release that art piece of Big Top where his eyes are shattered and you see the Mimic's eyes behind it. The issue is that that means the Mimic literally has the ability to magically mass shift, which I don't even want to think about.
What do you mean mass shift?
I mean, he can
Like
just
the Hulk.
magically get bigger, and his little swirly eyes are now big enough
Well,
to fit like
no,
Big Top.
I don't think. Wait. His entire. Wait, hold on. Show me this art. Do you think that's symbolic? There's no way that's not symbolic. That cannot be metaphysically possible in the series. If the Mimic could actually expand that big, like, you're dead in the chase. Like, this thing is like God at that point. Like, I refuse to think that the Mimic has godlike powers.
Or the Hulk, because the Hulk
Right?
can do that too for some reason.
I'm saying, like, if it can expand and contract, it's not like that crazy.
Transformers can do that.
Become bigger.
Yes,
The
Yes.
Mimic is not a transformer. If that was the case, it would be impossible for William to catch that thing. Like, that thing could just become bigger and then kill William easily. Like, or whoever is getting that thing to William. William eventually gets his hands on it. So that whoever like is catching that thing is freaking toast, bro. There's no way
unless somebody taught the Mimic arrogance somehow. Because like,
What do you mean by that?
Because like, Superman. Okay, here's an example. Superman can fucking kill Batman no matter what, if he just isn't stupid. Like, think about it.
Yeah,
Batman,
that's true.
If he has kryptonite, doesn't fucking matter. Superman can just like fly like 100 meters away and just like fucking heat vision him and he's dead. There's nothing he can do. Logically speaking. The reason that doesn't happen is because Superman is arrogant. He's like, oh, I'm super strong, what the fuck is Batman gonna do? So...
No, this bro. Are we actually entertaining the idea that the Mimic can expand that large?
No.
I am actually not
no,
gonna entertain that.
I'm
'cause
telling
that
you.
Stop. Like I don't like stop playing
impossible.
devil's advocate. I don't even want to think about
No,
that.
that's not my point. My point is that if the Mimic could do that for whatever reason, he would have to be super fucking arrogant, because like he would have to choose
true.
not to do that.
That's true. Same thing
Which
with
would just be
Arnold.
dumb.
Literally, bro, this thing literally spends the entire night trying to kill Arnold, and then he takes off his like everything because like he's screwed. I just want this guy dead. And then he's like, doesn't kill him by expanding that big. I think is just wild to me. Controlling it.
People make a bunch of Ratatouille jokes that he just controls him inside his head.
You know what? I'm
So
down
good.
with that, too.
Honestly, that's my theory now. That the Mimic controls Big Top through his hat. That's such a
Yeah,
great.
that's
That's such a
actually-
great theory.
You know what?
I'm down to believe
I
that.
believe it, yeah.
I believe it now because I want to. What else in Ticket to Fun debunks like other theories? I'm curious.
I think
I don't think there's
just
really
about
much
zero
anything that, like,
things.
besides Charlotte Fredbear's that gets debunked, but
So what's up with there only being 4 kids in the blue light?
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
that's
because,
right.
I think it's just because like the core 4 are mostly focused on throughout the book. Like there's
Well-
one appearance of Golden Freddy.
one weird thing is like
I mean,
There's
he
a
adds
picture
Golden
of,
Freddy
like,
to the.
Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, but Mike draws 4 kids on top of them. Even though
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Bonnie's
saying.
not.
Right.
I guess,
Why?
guys, maybe we were wrong the whole time. Pat was right. There's actually 2 lights inside Golden Freddy, because the argument that there's 2 lights inside the other animatronics too was actually wrong. There actually is, because there's 4 spirits for 3 animatronics. That means there's 2 in one of them. For
Yo,
sure.
you just solved the lore.
I cracked
Good
the
job.
code. I cracked it.
You solved it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so. I can't believe you just did that.
So insightful, I know.
Dude, that's just. Man, that's deep.
Libra, did you notice the on the withered Freddy image, like in the background, the burning house with the 3 dead figures?
Wait, what?
One thing I will say about this image is that a lot of people have commented on my Ticket to Fun video saying that it could actually just be a smelly envelope, which I can kind of see, but I will say that it would be kind of weird for this to be in the background of this image, considering there's 3 lying down stick figures next to it, implying that it's dead people. And I doubt that it's just saying that these stick figures died because it smelled so bad. I don't fucking know. But, you know, that's just something I wanted to mention, because a lot of people will say that this isn't a burning building at all, and that's very possible. I'm just saying I don't really see why it would be the case. I also just don't see a reason for this to be on a drawing. Like, some people have suggested that it's meant to be like Mike's paycheck, where it says that he has odor, and that would probably come in an envelope. But I feel like it's weird for that to be on a drawing in the background of this thing, considering, well, who would draw a smelly envelope with 3 dead people next to it? It just doesn't really make that much sense. Again, that doesn't mean it's not possible, I just find it a little weird. And in this video, we just mostly talk about the burning building idea. But yeah, that's it. Look at this image right here.
Burning building on this.
This is Withered Freddy, and then look in the background at that piece of paper on the wall.
Yes. No.
Wait. Yeah.
See what you're.
Yes. And the things next to it are 3 stick figures.
Oh well, it's obviously MCM then.
How so?
Because David, Fiona, Edward.
I wouldn't say so, because none of them die in the fire.
What are you trying to imply here, Evan?
I'm just saying that's a thing that is in the book, and I don't know what to make of it.
Are you implying that only 3 characters died in FNaF 6?
No.
Wait, actually, no, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a great implication.
You could say
love that implication. Yes.
You definitely could say that.
Yes. Could. That's what you should say. Anyway.
Okay, listen. You can say that. I have no idea though.
I only say that because there's only theoretically 2 people that could have been involved in the Fazbear Frights fire, and that's Springtrap and the player.
Well, the puppet too. The puppet is there.
Otherwise, I guess the puppet, but you know, then that gets.
But also,
I don't even want to get into the debate about that.
The fact that these are 3 stick figures imply that, and they're like lying down, implies that they died in whatever this fire is.
Yes. Also, yeah.
And none of those characters.
Nobody in FNaF 3 died in the right.
So yeah,
that's exactly.
So I talked about this. I talked about this in my Ticket to Fun video. In my Ticket to Fun video, I'm just gonna read you out like this part of the script. There's FNaF, so there's 6 instances of locations burning down throughout the series. There's FNaF 3, FNaF 6, the fire ending from Security Breach, the parachute ending in Secret of the Mimic, the Fall Fest fire, and the Immortal and the Restless. But none of these seem to match this. There are 3 quote-unquote living characters in FNaF 3. Springtrap, the puppet, and the protagonist, who is probably Mike, but none of them die in the fire. In FNaF 6, Molten Freddy, Lefty, Afton, Scrap Baby, Mike, and Henry all die in the fire, and that's more than 3. So that doesn't seem to match either. In Security Breach's fire ending, Vanessa and Freddy die, which is only 2, so that doesn't match either. The parachute ending in Secret of the Mimic doesn't see anyone die besides like maybe Arnold, but not in the fire. The Fall Fest fire killed Fiona and could have easily killed more, but this seems more like a single building rather than an entire carnival.
Yeah.
And finally, the Immortal and the Restless does have 3 characters, those being Vlad, Clara, and the baby, but none of them died or even get caught in that fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you could go with the FNaF 6 fire. I like that one.
You could.
That's literally the only fire where there was more than 3 people involved, and it's at least some of them died.
No, what I'm saying is, if it is the FNaF 6 fire, the 3 that would survive would be William, Michael, and Charlie, because or you could go with the one I really want, Michael and Elizabeth, but that's not happening. I don't think anymore.
Yeah.
If you all care about the crossword at all, I sent it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I think one is probably Charlie and William. And
if it is the FNaF 6 fire?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the 3rd one I'm not sure on. Because I'm not one of those, oh yeah, Mike's definitely back. I'm still like iffy on that. Yeah, Mike has a higher probability, and the reason why kind of pisses me off, not because of not because of the implications that Mike is back. Like I'm not upset about that. I'm just like, the reason why it's unlikely Elizabeth is back is because Scott seems so incessant on replacing her in every single aspect of the franchise.
Right? Isn't that weird? I hate that so much. Probably that I don't understand yet. That interesting feeling, that the feeling that Scott just.
Is Sandwich Man breaking for anyone else?
You're breaking for us.
Yeah, I thought it was just me.
interesting.
One thing I'm wondering about Ticket to Fun is if there's gonna be like a code or something in there that's gonna like lead to coordinates on the crossword somehow.
I thought you were gonna say there's gonna be some code in there that's gonna lead to some coordinates to some place in real life, and we could accidentally
No.
Ah, hell nah.
situation all over
Let's not go down that road. But yeah, I do wonder if there's gonna be something in the crossword puzzle, like some type of like some coordinates somewhere else in the book or something that'll lead us to letters, like in the
Hold
word
on,
search
I'll go
in the
outside.
logbook.
Here's the thing. The image, I want to point something out. It actually almost looks to me like there's 3 dead,
Yeah, that's
which
what
means
I'm thinking.
2 are alive. Which, if there's 2, then that's kind of simple. That would be William and Charlie.
If it's FNaF 6, you mean?
Because if there's
There's still
technically
Henry.
there's 6 people
Henry.
in FNaF 6. Henry, Mike, and then the 4 scraps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're right. Okay,
Henry's alive.
you're right. Well, I mean, Henry.
100-year-old
Yeah,
Henry
Henry's
Henry
most
is alive.
likely to be dead.
Henry
100-year-old
most
Henry's
dead
still
of
around.
all of them.
Yes.
No, no, wait.
I
I don't know.
guess-
You guys haven't seen my video yet, but I made a joke where I said if Edwin is the friend of Gregory, he would be in his he'd be like 88 or something like that.
I don't think
So I
he
said
is.
I really doubt that this fossil would do anything at this age. So I don't know. I found that funny. But I mean, Henry is the most likely dead. Second most likely dead is unfortunately Elizabeth. So we all agree that William is the most likely alive, correct?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, that's
no.
like the
Well, I believe
we don't
he's-
really. Who's the most
Nah.
likely?
No, I
Probably.
believe he's the most likely to have survived at some point. I don't necessarily think that he's still alive at
I
this
think
point.
both Puppet and Afton survived the fire, but that doesn't mean they stuck around after that. Like after
Yeah.
Ultimate Custom Night.
I mean, what would be the reason for them to put this image in there then?
I have no idea. Like again, it could just not be FNaF 6. Like it can be any fire scenario, or it could be not one that we've seen for whatever reason. Like I have no idea. Like
Oh my gosh! Please
I
don't
mean-
tell me he's already setting up another fire.
yeah, I have no
when
idea.
We literally just got one. When we technically just got 2.
Like you could say this is
It all ends in a fire.
Like, it's
now.
getting like
this is
overused.
undoubtedly a stretch.
It's
I know
getting
that for a fact.
overused.
Ridiculous at this point.
This is obviously a stretch. I know that for a fact, but you could say like it could be FNaF 6 because like there's like an X on the building too, which kind of implies it could be like a kind of like in like pirate lingo, it's like X marks the spot, and like all the scrap animatronics are like being lured there. I guess.
I don't think
That's
so.
I don't-
ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I don't think that
offense,
either,
Evan,
but
that's really bad.
I know. It's just a random thought I had.
No.
I know that's not likely at all.
That is funny though. No. So, but like, yeah. So it's saying that.
Not technically inaccurate. Though.
Here's the wait. You guys believe that if this is FNaF 6, it would be William and Puppet who survived, and there's one more essentially, is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Probably Mike,
Yes.
I'd say.
I mean, if it's Mike, that would make sense to be Gregory's friend. They could just be doing that, I guess. That's really, really cool. I'm glad you showed this to me.
You're welcome.
So do you think, hold on, do you guys actually think it, which fire do you guys actually think it is?
I have
I mean,
literally
if it's
no clue.
any pre-existing one, I feel like 6 is literally the only one that it could be to me, because
Insane.
all that it doesn't really fit because it looks to be a one building. MCM doesn't fit because the amount of people doesn't work. FNaF 3 doesn't work because nobody dies, and that leaves the Pizzaplex doesn't work because first of all that ending never even actually
Exactly, yeah.
happened to begin with. And so yeah, that originally
which one?
is the only candidate, and it
Yo, you know-
coincidentally is the one where 3 people could have died and others could have survived.
I can't get too over my head about this though. I don't know what they could be doing with this. Like it could, we literally do not know which 3 it would be.
Yeah.
It literally, for all we know, it could literally be Mike, Elizabeth, and Henry at that, if we're being real.
I mean, theoretically, but that's unlikely.
It would
No,
be
but that
funny.
would be really funny if it actually was.
It would be funny if like
Can you
all of the
imagine
characters in FNaF 3 that were in that fire all survived FNaF 3 and then went to FNaF 6 and then all survived that one too, and then everyone else that was in FNaF 6 just died.
And then it's just like, but I do just want to about it because you kept cutting out and said, I don't understand why it feels like Scott almost like just hates Elizabeth for some reason.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like he replaced her as like in honestly every single aspect. Mike's younger sister, William's daughter who works for him, the baby animatronic who's important to the story. He replaced Baby's entire story in the novel trilogy with the Mimic. And it's like, what is with this, like, what is up with that? And I'm like, it ties back, and I'm just a big tad concerned because the last time I ever saw Scott directly bring her up was in a post, in response to a post that pointed out how she serves no necessary purpose to the narrative, and Scott basically conceded that that's true.
I feel like if that's the case, then Scott gave her the novels, and that's it. That's all Scott gave her, which is crazy to me.
It's even
so annoying.
It's even funnier that Eleanor is a thing.
She looks like Baby, and she's not Baby.
Yeah, I love how Eleanor is literally, she's designed like Baby, and then she does what Baby does, that being gaining somebody's trust, getting them to help her, and then killing them and stealing their body for like 5 seconds, and then leaving. So
But to be fair, that's just stereotypical bad guy shit.
Yeah, fair enough. But still,
like,
the fact that Eleanor looks like Baby, does what Baby does, and then isn't Baby or Elizabeth at all is just kind of funny.
Guys, keep the hope alive. Just keep it alive, okay? Elizabeth Theo isn't dead yet.
It feels like Scott just had one of the best written characters in the original era, and that's the one he decides to just throw away and not do anything. Hopefully, and I really hope it's not just because of some random ass person made a post on Reddit about it, and then he's like, they got a point. Let me just scrap her and try something new.
Remember how John predicted that the security breach is like the Silver Eyes and the Twisted Ones is like ruin. Mm-hmm. Well, the fourth closet has yet to be unanswered in the Pizzaplex.
He actually said in his newest video that Secret of the Mimic was the fourth closet.
He did say that, yeah.
Since, Secret of the Mimic is literally the game where we learn the plot line backstory of how a guy created multiple robots to replace his family members, including beat one of them who turned it evil. And one of the endings is literally us putting something in its chest to turn it into what it was originally supposed to be, just like the fourth closet.
Well, there you go.
And it comes out of a closet.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
fuck you mean there you go? What's your point?
what are you saying?
Okay, I mean, as if like I conceded that I was wrong. Okay. No, I'm just saying. Well, if the supposed trilogy parallel is done, then we have yet one left to answer.
Can I say one thing about Ticket to Fun? Just because I probably will end up turning this into like a theory discussion video, I think. But like, I want to just add this in here because I mentioned it in my Ticket to Fun video, but I just wanted to mention it to you guys and gather your thoughts on it because I don't know if I actually believe this, but it seems almost like the book is implying it, and I want to get your thoughts. So, I think Libra showed you guys in the crossword, in the top right corner, it says name Mike Schmidt, implying that Mike is the one writing and drawing all these notes and stuff throughout the book. So there's the fact that he drew Balloon Boy and the puppet, which means that he's been to FNaF 2 before, right? Which means he either has to be Jeremy or Fritz, right? And it makes a lot of sense that he's Fritz, considering Mike in FNaF 1 and Fritz in FNaF 2 get fired for the same reason, right? But the weirdest thing about that is that Mike does have a FNaF 2 security badge, meaning he definitely has to be one of the two.
Yeah.
But...
And I don't know...
The Jeremy...
Right.
Yes.
But I also want to say, I don't know, also just to support that, I don't know if you know, but when Libra got his package, there was a check for Jeremy.
That's where I was going with this.
That's what I just said.
That's where I was going with this. See, we all have the same idea here. My point is, Mike is either Jeremy or Fritz. And it makes sense that he's Fritz based on the other information that we have. But the fact that he has Jeremy's paycheck implies that he would be Jeremy because Jeremy would be given his paycheck. So if Mike was Jeremy, then he would be given Jeremy's paycheck when he worked as Jeremy.
That's so incredibly weird and creates a whole bunch of well, then one, that raises the question of who the Bite of 87 victim is. Two, it means Fritz, the guy who mysteriously worked there for only one night, is just some random nobody who's not important. And it's very strange.
See,
FNaF 2 is a very strange game.
What's even weirder?
So it's not that.
What's even weirder is that Mike very much seems to be Fritz regardless. So, is he somehow both? Does that work in any capacity? I don't know. Because,
it doesn't really work in any capacity, in my opinion.
I mean, I think it could work.
Not without
it would
very
just have to be
stretchy capacities.
I think it could work. It would be really weird. But what's even weirder is that this book itself seems like it might be implying that Jeremy is the Bite of 87 victim. Now, not solidly, but there is a small indication of it. Because, like I said, we have... Why are you laughing?
I just like this franchise.
Yeah, dude, listen to this. Look at what this shit says. Read it out loud, actually.
As an official employee of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, you are required to wear your security badges at all times while on the premises to avoid confusion and any unfortunate situations involving mistaken identity. Faz Entertainment is not responsible for any accidental injury, dismemberment, death, or bites resulting from failure to wear your security badge.
So,
wow.
What that implies, again, not solidly, but what it seems to imply is that the Bite of 87 victim was a guard who was not wearing their badge at the time. So, that's weird, because then that implies that the guard at the time, who was Jeremy, would be the victim. If that's not the case, then it would theoretically be like William or something, or just a random guard that worked before Jeremy, if that does exist. Again, it's not solid.
Definitely is not the Bite victim.
Yeah, I doubt that too.
And the Bite would have to happen after Jeremy got moved to the day shift, which theoretically should make him the victim.
Yeah. Unless you say that the FNaF 2 phone calls are pre-recorded. It's really weird how the FNaF 2 works in general.
I think 1 to 5 are. I don't think 6 is.
I find those calls so weird. I do not get how they all fit together. Just the timing doesn't make sense with it all, with save them and stuff, right? But I think if Jeremy was the Bite victim and if Jeremy was Mike, it would be so weird. But also, in the crossword, Mike writes the question, a frontal lobe was lost in the blank, and then the answer was bite. Mike added that in. So it's why is he specifically bringing that up?
Bro, I swear, wait a second, this is Logbook 2.0. What are you guys on that this doesn't tell us anything?
It's so weird.
Guys, this is literally Logbook 2.0. What are you on?
See, I think there's definitely a lot of stuff in it. It's just
it feels like it's trying to tell us something, but we can't tell what it's trying to tell us.
My main issue with the book.
It's so confusing.
The thing about the book to me is there's a lot of stuff in it, but there's nothing that implies anything that nobody's ever heard of before. The logbook. The logbook brought up a bunch of different shit that nobody even ever theorized about. This book just gives further evidence or implies certain theories that have already existed, but I feel because the book is so short, it doesn't have enough to imply enough different things, but the things that it does imply are pretty interesting, I feel if the book was longer, then maybe it would if it was the logbook and it had all 5 nights, then it would be decked out in lore probably. But just this one book, it still has a decent amount of lore. It's just I kind of wish it had more or that it was longer, considering for me it was $37. I do like the book. I just don't really love it, I guess.
Just like it's interesting though, because like the implication is that a guard died from the bite.
Well, not died, but just like got bit.
Oh, sorry, no.
They survived, yeah.
The guard was the guy who got bitten. That would make sense to be Jeremy.
Yes, but then there's the implication that Jeremy is Mike.
But it sounds like it's implying that Mike saw the bite as well.
Or like somehow he was involved with it.
I doubt he was involved with it, like he caused it to happen or anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, either he saw it or, like, he was the victim somehow. Yeah. But also him being the victim is problematic because, like, of that old theory that MapHat made about, like, the FNaF 4 player, like, they can't have nightmares. And Scott commented on that, and he was like, this is a good theory. You just missed the fact that it's 1983, not 1987.
Well, on top of the fact that Phone Guy straight up says that, like, the victim of the bite of 87 was like a vegetable afterwards. So, you know.
I mean, didn't he just say, like, it's amazing that he survived?
Yeah.
No. In the week before.
Oh, right. He does say that.
About him,
he does, yeah.
And he says that, like, he could barely do stuff anymore after that. He didn't really say anything. He just all this other stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't match Mike.
Yeah, especially, like, in Sissy location.
Yeah. And so, like, that doesn't really make sense for him to be the bite. So I'm like, what is this trying to say here? Mike saw the bite. It would make sense for Jeremy to be the one who got bit, but like it's implying that Mike and Jeremy are maybe it's not saying that they are one and the same person. It's trying to say that they are connected somehow. As for how that is, I have no clue.
I mean, there's always the theory that like one of the bullies is Jeremy. And
yeah,
like, so
but
they're
it's
friends.
Like, why would like they were friends? But I'm like, I don't think your friends would get your paycheck in the mail or something.
Yeah, like maybe
like
Mike
that.
went to the hospital to visit his friend, and he was like, "Oh, hey, it's a paycheck here. I'm just gonna take this."
Yeah, that's
I mean, I guess.
Funny.
It's just kind of messed up when you think about it.
I think the badge is probably Mike's. Saying that he was a guard for FNaF 2, but the fact that he has Jeremy's paycheck is so weird. It's like is it that the badge is Jeremy's and that he is Mike, or is it that the badge is Jeremy's and then Mike just took it somehow? Anyway, yeah, go on.
Jeremy being the Mike raises so many issues. I don't know if you guys realize how many issues it brings up, right?
It's so weird.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very, very problematic.
I just want to say though, like that you were saying, and you mainly said it as a joke, obviously, that and you got the Charlie plushies and the Elizabeth plushies and are around and stuff and things. And then I'm like, well, first of all, technically those are Nightmare on plushies, not Charlie,
Sure.
Unless you
Yeah.
But on top of that, I'm just gonna say it. At the moment, I'm beginning to think the Nightmare on plushies and the baby plushies represent the same thing.
I think they're like Eleanor related.
Yes.
I think Shadow Freddy and Eleanor are the same character. Eleanor.
I think Shadow Freddy, Nightmare, and Eleanor are all one in the same character, and that's what all the plushies represent.